Today I'm going to show you what all plants you can grow in the self-wicking container so you can grow your own food. If you didn't already know, we're Salty Acres. We're an edible plant business where we offer tons of different varieties of fruit-bearing plants that will ship straight to your door. And if you're new here, we show you tons of different ways to grow your own food no matter your gardening experience. There's been a ton of people asking what all things you can grow in the self-wicking container, and I'm here to answer all of those questions. And I hope you get a lot from this video. And the real quick answer on what you can grow in a self-wicking tub is pretty much everything. And I know it sounds crazy, but right behind me I've got a peach tree that we've got planted right here in a self-wicking tub. Now really and truly, the only downfall to growing a fruit tree in a self-wicking container is that no matter what, it'll eventually be capped out on the height that it can grow. But even though they're being grown in a self-wicking container and their height and width is pretty much capped at some point, it still will give you fruit. So saying all of that, only expect your fruit trees to get about 1 to 2 feet high or wide from their maximum height if they're being grown in a self-wicking container. So don't let that deter you from growing your own fruit trees in a self-wicking container. And if you don't understand the self-wicking method, don't worry, there's tons of people that are in the same boat. To dumb it down for you, really and truly, it's just a self-watering system where your plant will always have access to water regardless of what you do. To give you another idea of what you can grow in a self-wicking container, here's my zucchini plant. We actually just picked zucchini off of this yesterday. Now here's only one downfall to growing zucchini in one of these self-wicking containers is typically on your first 1 or 2 flowers, you don't get zucchini off of them. And that's because I don't find that they get pollinated fast enough because bees don't recognize that you have any plants that need to be pollinated. But you can see right there, we do have a zucchini that's completely formed, and in about 2 days, we'll be picking it. And what I mean by your zucchini plant not being pollinated is you'll have a couple of these pop up, but they won't really grow because they haven't been pollinated. So what we do is we just go ahead and pull them off because they're just sitting there wasting some energy to the plant. Another thing we grow in a self-wicking container is longevity spinach. And yes, we have longevity spinach available in our Etsy shop in the link in the description of this video. Now what we like about longevity spinach is it just constantly grows. No matter how many leaves you harvest, it'll always keep coming back. And as soon as wintertime comes, this plant will die all the way back down to the dirt. And then as soon as it starts warming back up in the springtime, it'll start popping up. Another thing you can grow in a self-wicking container is pepper plants or tomato plants. And when you're growing pepper plants or tomato plants in a self-wicking container, you can easily put 2 of each variety in this container. And I really enjoy growing cherry tomatoes in these containers because tomatoes really like having access to water near about all the time. And one last thing you can grow in the self-wicking containers is blackberry bushes. And I intend to do a whole series of planting blackberry bushes in those self-wicking containers so you can see start to finish of us actually getting fruit. And it really doesn't matter what variety of blackberry bushes you decide to grow, they all do well in the self-wicking container method. And yes, we have literally nearby every type of variety of blackberry bushes right in our Etsy shop, so you can also grow them. Again, you can grow vegetables, you can grow berry bushes, you can grow fruit trees, all in these containers. All you have to do is just try it. And if you need some plants in order to start trying this method with, go check out our Etsy shop and we'll get you started.